working on word problems. Word problems can be tricky because you have to know what words mean what things equation-wise. So the first thing you should always do with a word problem, read through it, figure out what they want to know. Typically this is the last sentence, last question of the word problem. So if you're working through this with a packet with me, I'm going to do number 1 on page 353. Okay? I'll read it aloud here, and I'll read it aloud more than once, so just follow along, okay? 2 houses are for sale on the same street. Okay, that's the first sentence. Interesting information. So far, it doesn't really seem relevant. Okay, let's continue. Second house has 1,000 square feet less than twice the square feet of the first house. Second sentence. That's a fat sentence. It sounds like it has a lot of information in it, right? Just keep that in mind. Third sentence. Together, the houses have 4,400 square feet. Okay, good information. The last sentence is a question, and it's the one we want to know. What is the square footage of the first house? So they want to know. I recommend highlighters if you're working on paper or on the packet. Otherwise, write down the question separately. That way you know what it is, okay? They want to know what is the square footage. So, square footage of the first house. Okay? What is the square footage of the first house? That's what they want to know. So we know we have 2 houses, right? We have the first house. We have the second house. This is where we begin translating from a word problem to an equation that we can solve, okay? First thing you should do is label the things you don't know. These are your variables. Your first house, we're going to label it A. Second house, we're going to label it B. Nice and simple. A comes first, right? If you want to label them something else, feel free. I recommend writing down what you label them so you know which one is which. Alright? So now we're looking for information with our question in mind. So we reread. 2 houses are for sale on the same street. There's no information in that sentence that's going to help me solve this. Put a line through it. Cross it off. It doesn't help us. It's not relevant. Okay? The second house has 1,000 square feet less than twice the square feet of the first house. This is information I can use. The trick is to now translate that sentence to an equation. So, the second house, B. Okay? This is where the cheat sheet that I've posted in your Google Classroom, or you may have a copy of already with the words that denote each equate or operation, comes in handy. Okay? So, the second house, B, has, should be an equal sign, right? B has 1,000 square feet less than twice the square feet of the first house. Alright, so it's 1,000. We're just going to look at the numbers and the second half. It's 1,000 less than, so less 1,000, right? Less than indicates subtraction, 1,000. And then it says the square feet of the first house. We don't know the square feet of the first house. It says twice the square feet of the first house, right? So we know in order to make it twice, we multiply it. So we multiply it by 2. Since we don't know it, we use a variable. The second house has 1,000 less than twice the second house. Okay? This is one equation. Now that's only the second sentence. Let's keep going. Third sentence. Together, the houses have 4,400 square feet. 4,400. Together is an indicator of addition. Right? If I say you and your partner together have $40. Right? That means between the two of you together, right, have $40. In this case, house A and house B together have 4,400 square feet. Okay? Draw lines down. When we're done, we've drawn all the information we can out of the words. Okay? Now we have to solve. We have to solve. In this case, we don't care about B. All we care about is the first house, which is A. Right? So we need to solve for A. Which means manipulating the equation to find out what A is, right? Now in this case, I don't know what A is. I kind of know what B is. B is this. It's not a number, but it gives me an A as another variable, right? Since A is all I care about, A is really what I need, okay? So I can take what B is equals 2A minus 1,000. And I can plug that in for my variable B just like I would a regular number. Right? So it would be A plus, I'm going to put all this in here. 2A minus 1,000 equals 4,400. So take notes. All I did was where the B was. I put this instead of the B because this and the B are equal to each other. Okay, they're the same thing. They come out to the same number. So now all I have in here is one variable. If I have one variable, I can solve it. If I have more than one variable, I don't know what they are, any of them, I can't solve them. Since I knew what B was, at least in relation to the other variable, I can solve this. Combine your like terms. A plus 2A will give me 3A minus 1,000 equals 4,400. And then you solve it just like you would any other multiple step equation. Okay? Add 1,000 to both sides, right? Remember, if I do it on one side, I have to do it to the other. So that's going to be 5,400 equals 3A. And I'm running out of room where you guys can see, so I'm going to move it from down here to up here, okay? 3A equals 5,400. Divide both sides by 3. And A is going to equal a very large number. You can do it long form if you need to. It's good practice. I, however, am going to use my calculator. It's going to come out to 1,800. And that is your answer. First house is A. That's all that we got was A. So it's going to be 1,800. In this case, make sure you note it's 1,800 what? 1,800 square feet. Okay? Now, if we needed to, with this information, we could find B. Right? We could either plug A into here, or we can plug A into here and solve for B. Okay? Sometimes you'll need to do that. You'll have to solve for one first and then solve for the other. Take your time translating it from words to a problem. This is a skill that requires practice. Okay, the more you do it, the better you get at it. Nobody is good at it when they first start. So if you do these and you need help with these, contact us. Leave a comment below. Okay. If you're one of my students, if you're one of the other students in the GED program, you have contact information for an instructor, contact us. Okay, we will help you with these. They are tricky. Most likely you kind of will figure things out as you go, but don't struggle with no purpose. Okay, contact us and let's help you.